7 in the morning. I made a commitment to wake up at this time every day, moving forward for the next 90 days. My morning is going to look like this every morning. I'm going to look for my creatine, look for my milk, and I'm going to stare into the sky. Looks good. Ooh, just listening to the birds. So, morning routine, new habits. I'm going to be working on. This is literally what it's going to be like when I wake up. Fly out of bed at 7, ideally. I've got like a 15-minute window. That's my standard. I have to be out by 7:15. But ideally, I just fly out at 7. And then I either pee or I make my milk and creatine, go outside and look at the sky and drink it. If I have to pee first, I'm going to run and pee and then do it. So I'm always going to do that. And then cold shower. And then get started on anything that I've got basically scheduled down in my calendar. I haven't done that today. So I'm probably, after I do my shower, I'm going to plan my day basically. Right, so last night, I wrote a list of things I wanted to do today. The plan was to wake up, do that little morning routine. And then I was going to plan my day, like plan the order of what was most important. But my mind is so clear right now, like I definitely have to do this first. Look at the state of my room. It's 8:08. Room's clean. I got laundry on. And what else did I just do? Oh, and I did all those dishes that were there. So now I'm just going to plan my morning. Let's go. Got here about fucking hell, what's wrong with my voice? Yeah, I've got here about 8, 9 servings, bolognese, which is gonna keep me topped up for the next 3, 4 days. So, the bolognese boiling, well, not boiling, it's kind of simmering. I usually let that go for about an hour, so I've got time to sort of relax, catch up on some stuff. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my journey gaining weight. Like, why did I start trying to gain weight? If you don't know, I used to be 63 kilos. I'm currently I woke up at 76, which is a bit flat for me, but I'm around 78, 77 at the moment, like generally. And what was that journey about? What sparked it? So I'm 6'2". Growing up in school, I was just always super, super skinny. And it wasn't a painful thing, I'll be honest. Like, I wasn't like I was going around super self-conscious about it. What kind of happened is I signed up for this sort of challenge called Tough Mudder, and it involved a lot of obstacle courses. And they basically sent out this little pamphlet saying, this is what you need to do to train to be able to finish it. So I was doing pull-ups in the park before school, training for this thing. And that's how I got into like fitness and calisthenics in general, right? That's when I started to realize you could get stronger, and it was fun. And like, because I was so thin then, just the small gains, like maybe I put on a kilo, or maybe even I didn't put on a kilo, but I just started to like look a bit more like you could see a tiny little muscle, right? Because I went from 0 pull-ups to being able to do, I don't know, 7, let's just say. So people could already kind of notice that I was training, but not in like a, oh, you look big way, but it's just like, oh, you're doing something with your life. And this, obviously, this is like people that knew me before. If I met someone new, then I'm still a 6'2", 65 kilo, like scrawny ass person. But in my mind, in my perspective, I was quite happy, quite self-confident. I wasn't really thinking about my body that much. And I think part of the reason I wasn't is because I didn't really I didn't really think about dating until mm, probably when I was like 18. Like I literally, it might sound crazy. I don't know if there's something wrong with me. But growing up through high school, I swear to God, I never had crushes. I never really, I just didn't care. Like I swear to God, I didn't look at women in any way. Not that I wasn't attracted to them. That obviously, I could tell when someone was beautiful. I could be, oh, this woman's cute or whatever. But I never chased them. I never wanted them in my life. I wasn't fucking interested. I literally just wanted to play video games. That's it. That's the only thing I fucking cared about. FIFA, I used to play a bunch. Eventually we started playing Call of Duty and then Overwatch. I was obsessing about fucking Overwatch. So I didn't care. I did not care. My first crush, I was 16 because we basically ended up on like this camping site for 3 weeks. And when you get put in that kind of environment and you can't play your games and you're, I'm a straight young man, of course, those feelings would sort of manifest. But outside of that, I didn't care. And even the way that ended, we never ended up dating. It's not like I was thinking to myself, oh, why can't I be that guy who who gets goals? Or maybe it's because I don't look good. Maybe I should start getting in the gym, gain weight. I never had those thoughts. And I feel like that's what motivated a lot of guys from young. You see a lot of guys who used to be skinny and now they're not. But really, they used to be skinny when they were 15, 16. They wanted to get goals. They started eating food then. By the time they're 18, 19, they've already made their transformation, right? I was 65 kilos at about 19 years old still, 20 years old. I touched 78 for the first time when I was 21. So an adult who'd experienced life. So this is the timeline now. I'm getting into my adult years, right? 18, I finished school. I took a gap year. I got a job. I'm starting to experience life. And this is where how I started to interact with women changed a bit. I was bartending and it was fun to flirt with women and whatever, but I was never really getting places. And it wasn't it wasn't painful. It wasn't like pain was driving me to gain weight, but I was just aware of it. Like I was starting to see the types of people that were getting success. And this isn't just with women, this is just with like how people treat them in general, your presence in the room. Do people respect your opinions? Do people take on your advice? Like it stems a lot of it stems from how you treat yourself. And if you're a skinny guy who's not that active with his purpose in the gym, get into a healthy weight, then people aren't going to treat you like that, right? And you know that subconsciously. Maybe you're listening to these words and you're not sure about it, but you do know it subconsciously. You notice it subconsciously. You see those guys where everything just kind of works for them, and you don't take the time to really think about why, but you know why, right? And that was kind of me. So loosely on this gap year, I'm thinking about I want to gain weight, right? But there's not enough pain yet. So I think from this period, I got to about 67, right? 4 kilos of weight. What did I do differently? I couldn't really tell you. Like it wasn't that active of a pursuit. It was still very willy-nilly. I was still learning about life. Um, Very sheltered childhood in terms of, because I was just always playing video games and just obsessing about that specific world. I didn't really take the time to learn about the rest of the world. So I was still developing that. What happens is I get my first girlfriend, um, or let's call it girlfriend. Maybe there wasn't a title, but there was that. We weren't doing anything sexual, but we spent a lot of time together, dates, sleepovers, and whatever. And that was an interesting experience, to say the least. I ended up ghosting her, which I would never do to someone again. Um, and I think that was the first time there was some pain because there was no there was nothing sexual about that relationship, right? And like after 4 months, eventually it made me think like, okay, what is it about me that's not inspiring that deep urge, that one, especially because I'll never forget the first thing she said was, looking back at it, it's so dumb. I'm so dumb from my perspective, yeah. She's like, oh, I don't really want to do sexual stuff because my last relationship was all about sex. So this is someone that really likes sex. So something about me was making her not really want to do it. I promise you, if this was me now, even if that's how she felt about sex, she wouldn't be able to hold back, right? It's different because I understand more. And that's not just about weight gain, that's just about understanding life, I guess. But this is around the time where I start to really think about weight gain a bit more. And what aligns is the people in my life start to think about weight gain more. My brother, similar issue to me. He's 6 foot, I'm like 6'2". He's super thin. I think he was 59 kilos when he started. My cousin as well. We're kind of all in this circle of like, we want to gain weight, we need to be bigger. We make this group chat and we finally start tracking calories for the first time ever. And this is where we start coming up with all of the strategies, right? This is where we start doing the research. This is where I actually go on YouTube, how to gain weight. And I start looking at all these motherfuckers bulking, these like bodybuilding type guys, 5 meals a day, 50-gram protein per meal and stuff. And I try and emulate it and it doesn't fucking work. Like it just seems unbelievable that these people can eat so much food and not feel full the whole time. If in fact, I'm watching a lot of these videos and the guys are saying that they're still hungry after they're eating, and they're like, this just isn't possible. You get some gains from it, right? Because when you're so underweight, any active attempt will get you something. So maybe I gained 2 kilos. I'm now 69. And at 69, I got to a point where I genuinely thought my physique was good enough to get the results that I wanted out of life. Like the things I spoke about earlier, in terms of how people treated you. I thought I was there, right? Especially because I was training and I was getting quite strong. So I just thought I was there, and I was a little bit delusional. Like the way I would, I remember, maybe I can show you guys the clip of me climbing and how thin I looked. But I remember I showed this video to a girl, and she was like, "Wow, you're really skinny. Like your back is really thin." And I genuinely thought in my mind at the time, like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, what is she talking about? She's confused. So I'd made so much progress from then, but I would say I was still at a point where like the thing that was holding me back now was knowledge. And because I didn't know how to gain more weight easily then, I just reverted to no, I don't need to gain weight. I'm actually really comfortable here, and this is a really good place to be. Doing anything more than that would just be fighting my genetics, and it wouldn't make sense anyway, right? So that's where I was, and that didn't last. Like that kind of mentality always gets reset when you hit rock bottom, and I hit rock bottom in lockdown, right? I'm coming into lockdown 2020. I'm 20 years old. I'm still a virgin, even though I've had like some experiences with women. Still a virgin, and now I can't like really talk to many people. I've come back to like playing an insane amount of video games. I was at uni for my first year, but we basically got taken from me because of COVID. So we ended up going back home to London, and I was indulging in so much pleasure that I just hit rock bottom, and I wanted to come out of it. And I really discovered fitness then. Like I really did. Like this is where it actually became a habit in my life. And alongside with fitness came like an attitude towards weight gain that was like, I'm going to figure it out no matter what. And that's when I started to realize the bullshit. That's when I started to realize that all these guys that are talking about bulking and weight gain, it's not coming from a place of struggling to gain weight. It's coming from a place of just wanting to be bigger, so they just make it happen. Like I see these meals of like fucking tuna and pasta. Oh my god, I'll never forget this guy who had like an 1,000-calorie bowl of pasta, pesto, and nothing else. Pasta and fucking pesto, 1,000 calories, right? And that was a hack. And it wasn't even he couldn't even fit it in a normal serving bowl. He had to get one of those mixing bowls for like cakes, and he would eat this. And he was like, guys, this is a fucking hack. And I used to try and do that shit, man. And I would spend 45 minutes trying to eat this fucking pasta. And like, either I'd finish it, but I'd feel like shit. And it'd been 45 minutes to eat one dumb fucking meal, yeah? Or I didn't even finish it, but I still spent 45 minutes, and I felt awful for not being able to do it. And then I was just like, why can't I do it the way these guys do it? Right? And this is where I start to develop a new system in terms of my approach to weight gain. I stopped trying to make super high protein meals, because these meals were making me feel full. I stopped making big plates of food. Like, I just made them smaller, and I focused on eliminating my bad days as opposed to trying to have these days where I'm in super high surplus. So I started to notice a pattern that I always thought I was eating enough food, and then it turns out that the 1 or 2 bad days where I only ate once, because my natural hunger intuition is to eat once a day, those days were actually messing up the 5 days where I was trying hard, but my brain was only imagining the hard work of those 5 days, because all 5 of those days I ate 3-4 meals. I felt full the whole day, and half the meals I didn't really want to eat when I ate them. So all of that pain, I was like, I'm trying so hard, why I'm not getting nowhere? It's because those 2 days where I ate one meal and I was in a fucking 1,500 calorie surplus, because that's just easy for me to do, right? Those days were fucking up all the other 5 days, right? So when I started eliminating these days, and these other 5 days stopped being these super intense, like I have to get everything right, that's when I started making way, way, way better progress. Like, I finally broke through that 69 kg plateau, which, if you think about the timeline, pre-COVID, me on my gap year, I'm 69 kilos basically on my gap year. I start uni, I get into COVID, I don't break through 69 kilos until like the second lockdown. So now we're talking like late 2020 going into 21, where I break this first plateau. So it's basically like a 2-3 year plateau. And it's just from that tiny little change in the system, right? And when I break it the first time, I start flying, like 72, 73, 74, 75. I think 75 is where I kind of peaked off. I went to Spain. I started training really hard. I started learning about different styles of training. I started training legs for the first time. I was really going hard. I was getting strong. People were starting to notice. At this weight, people were noticing. I wouldn't say I was undeniable, but people were noticing. I come back from Spain, final year at uni, and I keep pushing. I keep pushing. I I was obsessed with progress. Like, I'd really bulletproofed my mindset at this point. And yeah, there was a lot of it of just like, I wanted to look better because I wanted to be more attractive. But once you get that kind of momentum and you get obsessed with the success, and you get obsessed with the process, you just keep going. So I got to about 78 kilos in 2021, like January time, my last year of uni. And that's when like I was basically undeniable. That's when like people really started to treat me different. I That's when I lost my virginity, right? And it wasn't even hard. Like, it was just so much easier to talk to women. I never really have to try that much. I met my ex then. I I was living a good fucking life then. Like, everything that I saw, how do I explain this? All the things that I saw that other people were getting out of life, I was finally starting to get. And it felt so fucking good. And that's kind of the thing that led me to take my foot off the pedal. And I spoke about this in my last video, so I'm really not going to touch on that. But that is my journey of gaining weight. Yeah, it wasn't always pain. It wasn't one of these fucking some girl when I was 12 said my wrist was small. It's not that. Like, the pain really comes from when I finally decided to fucking do it, and I looked up how. There was no how. There's no blueprint on how to gain weight for people with no fucking appetite. It's not there. Yeah, it's all bullshit from people that have no appetite issues at all. And they tell you this is a hack. It's not a hack. You could eat anything. These people could eat fucking anything, man. Literally, like, it fucking pisses me off, man. So the pain came from when I hit my first wall, my first plateau, And every time I looked up things, they wouldn't work for me. That's where the pain came from in my weight gain journey. And that's why I feel like I have to give everything to this niche, because I've figured it out now. I've literally figured it out. Um, and I've got to a place where I got all the results I wanted from it pretty much. And I lived off that for 3 years, and indulging in that pleasure broke me a bit. And now I'm pushing to get to a new weight, but not because I think I'm gonna look more attractive anymore. Because now we're just majoring in the minors. Maybe I look a bit better, maybe whatever. It doesn't really matter anymore. Now it's an internal thing. Now it's like, how far can you push it for yourself? You know what I mean? How much can you refine the system? How much can you overcome the odds? That's where I'm at now. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I wanted a part of this vlog to be like still a raw talk. I might just release this as a vlog, sorry, as a raw talk, and do something else for the vlog. I don't know, but I just wanted to share that. Yeah, peace. Starting this new thing where I wake up 7 in the morning every day. And what I used to do was I used to go to sleep whatever time I go to sleep, and I have to get 8 hours sleep. So if I went to sleep 4 in the morning, that means I'd wake up at 12. But maybe I'd wake up at 1, or maybe I'd wake up at 2. Like, I just didn't matter. I didn't give a shit. Like, I was just gonna sleep as much as my body wanted. There wasn't really any routine around that. And it meant that I'm getting a lot of less done, but I am recovering better. But I think my approach to recovery should be, I'm not getting enough sleep because I'm not sorting out my nights well enough, my night routine well enough. I should just cop out with, oh, you wasted 2 hours on YouTube after you came back from work at 1 in the morning. Therefore, you get to wake up at 11. I shouldn't be able to cop out with that. I should have to deal with the frustration of, I still have to wake up at 7. I still have to do my shit. And that's going to teach me to prioritize my evenings, giving them to myself, not wasting any time, getting straight into bed, and trying to get what I can, right? And one of the things that's going to help is fucking coffee. I have no issue with caffeine. Like, I fucking love it. I don't understand why I didn't do this before. Just abuse caffeine if I have to. I'm only on 3 hours sleep today, but I'm going to get my shit done. Man, look how pretty these are, man. I'm gonna head off to a barbecue. I had my coffee and I had a nap right afterwards. Crazy. Not used to this, but I'll get used to it. It's part of it. I still count it as a win because getting up, doing my meal prep, I feel good about that. I've only slept like an hour and a half. I'm still gonna get everything I need to get done. But I have let down my friend a bit, so I'm working on it. I'm not perfect, guys. It's everyday issues on the train, man. I'm trying to go to Stratford. Something about a fire. This is the station. Just got to the other side of London. My friend just moved house. What an area, man. Proud of him. He's made it. Maybe not made it, but like, he's really living. Can't lie, it's starting to inspire me a bit. I'm literally scared to fucking. Right, so day's recap. I'm super tired. I went to a barbecue at my friend's house. Just moved in, and I'm just like, I'm in awe at how he's manifested everything we used to talk about during COVID. When I met him, we had a very similar mindset in terms of belief in our ability to do well. Like, we believed that everything that you got in this world was a result of your belief systems. We believed that thinking big was the only way to achieve big. The only thing that would hold us back is our own mind. believing that we'd already achieved it would create a sort of environment in your mind that would make it happen, because your mind doesn't really know the difference between reality and your perceptions. So if you convince yourself that your reality is that you're rich and XYZ, and you don't see it, your brain's going to be like, well, I don't see it because I'm not doing this, 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 and it will give you the formula to success. And he's done it. He's actually done it. And even when I was waiting for him to pick me up and I was just standing outside the house, I was like, I need to double down, man. I need to lock in harder. It can't just be fitness. It's my mind as well. My mind as well. I've got to work harder. I've got to help more people. I've got to give more value, and that's what's going to get me where I want to go. So that's what this is about. I just wanted to share how I was feeling. My voice is like this because I drank a lot of wine, but I'm excited for life. I've got the low energy now, but I'm fucking excited about life. Seeing London skyline from his 21st floor flat, it was just like, man, I can do this. This would suit me, right? And it's only my beliefs that have stopped me, so I'm just going to work on that. It's 1:30 in the morning right now. I'm going to wake up at 7 in the morning. I'm going to wake up at 7 in the morning every single day. No excuses. Doesn't matter when I go to sleep. So we're looking at, I've got some habits. I've got to do my gratitude. And I'm going to do some reading. So I'll fall asleep at 2. I'm going to wake up at 7. So 5 hours sleep. And because I messed up today, I ended up napping instead of doing some lists I was supposed to do. It's basically like a long form of journaling. I'm going to do that first thing tomorrow morning. That's the plan, and I'm excited for it. I'm pretty sure this vlog's going to be hella long, so I'm just going to cut it here and stop talking. Next video is going to be pure value. I want to teach something. And then after that, it's going to be another one of those raw talks. But I'm going to have a bit more structure to it. So there's still going to be more learning, but you're going to know more about me.